changing your high street estate agency to a self-employed model. Today, I'm joined by Adam Day, who is the boss man of EXP. EXP, 12, 18 months ago, started bringing in existing high street estate agents, getting them to transition into a self-employed model with certain financial advantages. Adam, I'm going to give you a bit of slack on this, but why should high street estate agents convert to a self-employed model? Talk to me.
I have so many reasons.
Yeah, but let's not make it too much of a sales fest, mate.
No, I will try not to, but we are the only model that's doing this. But when you look at high street estate agency businesses, costs, risk, quality of people they're recruiting, it all changes if you go down the self-employed route. Because let me take you back to 1997. Okay, when I started in the estate agency, I was pretty money motivated. That was my sort of goal. As I said in another video, my mum used to sit there adding up the shopping bill and not being able to buy, a potato or whatever. Um, and I never wanted to be like that. So money was my focus at the time back then. How do I earn money being a dipshit as I was? No qualification, 4 GCSEs to my name, no A levels, no GMVQ. Just go and find a job and work as hard as you can. And so estate agency was the one that, so I fell into it, but I was glad I did because I could see the earning potential. Back then in 97, 40 grand a year was a huge sum of money, but it was achievable. You could see it as an estate agent, you could earn 40 grand a year. So I think at the time you attracted the stupid, but smart up there that maybe didn't pay attention at school, entrepreneurial types who wanted to earn good money. You can't attract those people now. Those people are now going and working as recruiters, probably, because in recruitment you can earn big money if you're recruiting for the right roles. If you're recruiting for doctors and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think estate agency attracts those types of smart kids who maybe didn't listen at school properly, but are very ambitious, hungry, driven, tenacious, and all the rest of it. So I think that, and that's because of the money. Now, by moving your estate agency business to being a money-centric model, i.e., removing some of the costs, allowing someone else to take them on, that would be EXP in this instance, and then going self-employed, which means you don't have to pay a basic salary, you reward people on what, eat what they kill, then you can attract the best youngsters back into the industry or back to the industry, in my opinion. So that's one big reason, in my opinion.
Anything else?
So the way that the EXP model works, so we brought this in, like you say, 18 months ago because we found that with the self-employed model, you can end up with a revolving door if you're not careful. And I'm seeing it now with other self-employed brokerage models, is they're stuck on 60 agents, 100 agents, 150, that they're plateauing because
As soon as they bring five in, five go.
yeah, and that's because the five of the top agents who are maybe earning 250 a year, they say they phone up the brokerage owner or the whoever that CEO is and say, look, I really thanks for the leg up. I want my own brand now. I might want my own portal profile. I want my own X, Y, and Z. I want my own address. I want my own phone number because typically the phone calls go into a call center.
Isn't that ego?
Yeah, of course it's ego. Yeah, but I would want that. I wouldn't want to be sat under a brand that sharing, the EXP brand, let's say, with 700 other people. I want to grow my business. Entrepreneurs want to grow and they want to continue to grow, and part of that is by saying I want my own brand, and my own portal profile, and my own phone number, and my own team around me, and all of that stuff. Whereas when you start as a self-employed agent, you have that team. We provide that team. We provide the call center who answer the phone calls for them. We provide the portal, profiles, etc. So by being a team, as we call it a team. So therefore, solo agents were able to become a team and have their own brand and their own everything. And similarly, then estate agency businesses could also join and have the same setup. So what we're doing is we're allowing estate agency businesses to keep their brand, keep their ownership. We don't take any ownership in their business. We just own their contracts. So we take all of their contracts. So CRMs, portals, web hosting, compliance, training, We do all of that events, we put all of that kind of stuff on, and we take that centrally. So then the estate agency business has spare cash they de-risk themselves. They're able to attract the best young talent from around the area, from other estate agency businesses.
I think a big one is losing the worst thing you can have is your red hot valuer leaving you and then being in competition with you.
Well, this is what we've done across the UK is we've been taking red hot valuers away from those high street brands. And this is how it worked in America. And I hope this doesn't come across as arrogant, but in America, a lot of the brokerage owners in America would lose their best agents to EXP. And so the brokerage owner would say, well, if I can't beat them, join them, kind of thing, because we were taking the best agents. Now, the bits that EXP don't offer, which is where the brokerage comes in, the team, is the branding, the lead generation, the rainmaker, they call them in America, the office banter. We're seeing more agents join a team now, or not more, but a big increase in agents joining a team over joining EXP, because they would rather take a little bit less and have the comfort blanket of a brand, lead generation, and office, the office banter, all that kind of stuff.
Because it's lonely old game being a self-employed estate agent, isn't
Can
it?
be, yeah, it can be. But if you got the big enough drive to get there, to have your own team, then that, it was lonely for me when I started Hatched. It's lonely for everybody when they start a business, but so you either get to a point where you can grow a team, and as I say, for existing estate agency businesses coming in, they don't give up any of their ownership. They literally just give up their contracts. We take them on, which means we pay for everything, but we
Okay,
get the
so
revenue as
what's
well.
this going to cost me
150 quid a month
per office?
per person, per fee earning agent. So a fee earning agent.
Okay, so let's just say on day one, I've got no self-employed estate agents in my office because I could still employ my negs, couldn't I?
You could do, yeah, you can do what you like with them, yeah. You can do what you like with anyone.
So let's assume I'm a self-employed agent, a high street agent, and tomorrow I just think to myself, right, I want to move over to this model, a Teams model, and then my intention is down the line to either convert some of my existing valuers into, or add people on. Let's assume I've got no self-employed estate agents on day one. What's it costing me?
So
What am I getting in return?
You would be coming in a bit like a solo agent, so 150 quid a month, and then you pay the 30% on completion, but with no costs, obviously, because we take on all the costs.
So you take portals, CRMs. Do I have to swap CRMs?
Yes, but maybe not forever. That's a work in progress, that one.
Okay, then. So portals, CRMs, 150 quid a month, 30% of my fee. Is there a cap on that?
Yeah, 30% up to 24,000 a year.
Which means it's about 80 or 90 grand, isn't it, on the top line?
80 grand gross commission you've got to do in order for us to receive 24. And then at that point, you stop paying us 30% and just pay us £250 per transaction.
I'm going to save a lot of money, aren't I?
Probably, likely, yeah. And you're going to gain a lot of referrals and a big network.
So I'm saving my money because I haven't got to pay for my own portals or potentially CRMs, but that's in the woodwork going forward. And I have the potential of, if my valuer wants to go over to self-employed,
they can do.
Must be a catch.
No, there's no catch. Well, the catch is we own all the contracts, so we take the revenue. So if we own the contract with the portals, the CRMs, we own the contract with the client. We always own the contract with the client, always, always, always. So we collect the commission and then we pay it out to whoever's due there. We slice and dice it.
So I get 70 grand. I get 70% of my first 80-ish grand, from whenever the date the clock starts in the year.
Yeah.
And then it gets reset at the end of the year. And in return, portals, CRM, marketing, the ability to bring in other self-employed agents, and be part of a network.
Yeah, and it's giving you the opportunity. If business owners of high street estate agency are ambitious and want to grow, but find themselves worried about the risk of doing that, that's what we're doing. We're reducing their costs whilst also helping them to grow into other areas. Now, I can't think of any estate agency business or any business in the world where you can reduce your costs and grow. And this is the only business, because we're taking on all the costs, because we've got hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank over in America, not in the UK, unfortunately, but that we have and we have access to, and we can fund that. So even when an agency business starts for 6 months, we're not seeing any revenue coming in. Now, we do charge a small extra amount for that period of time because agency businesses can leave with 2 weeks notice, just like solo agents can.
So if I left, could I bring all my contracts back?
Yeah. If you leave, you take your contracts back with you. You take your for sale contracts back. Anything that's gone under offer within EXP has to stay with EXP. This is the other thing: when agency businesses join, they might have a, let's say they've got a 100 grand pipeline. That's all of theirs because it's all under contract under Smith and Jones Limited, and so they keep that entire 100 grand sort of under offer pipeline, and then they build a new pipeline with us. They're for sale clients come over to EXP, they sign an EXP contract, and then they work with EXP. And as I say, it allows them to say to prospective partners that are maybe working for Mr. Corporate down the road or Mr. Independent down the road, who are earning 40, 50, maybe 60 grand a year if they're lucky, come and work for me. I've got leads, I've got a brand, I've got everything you need. You can go and start up in another town if you want to, and you can earn 150 grand a year as long as you do this, this, and this, and this. So it's a way that I think we can help businesses to, as I say, reduce costs, remove risk, whilst also growing at the same time.
Thank you for your time today, Adam. Ladies and gentlemen, I've not been paid to do this video. Adam's here dropping a few truth bombs on lots of other topics, and I wanted to ask him about the Teams model. But like I say, I'm not endorsing it, although let's be honest, if I didn't like it, would I really be doing this video in the first place? I've not been paid to do it. You must make your own decision. I know there's a number of agents that have moved across who are very happy, but make your own decisions. You're all big boys and girls, and decided it's for you. Adam, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.